Assalamu alaikum, welcome to another 3-minute Imaan Booster with me, Hafiz Sha'ban. Today's reminder starts off with the distressing question: which Muslims are forced to eat pork on Fridays? Let me introduce you to the Uyghur Muslims. More than 1 million of them find themselves locked up in concentration camps, separated from family, friends and loved ones. Who are the Uyghur Muslims? They are your brothers and sisters in Islam, ancient descendants of Turkic-speaking people of East Turkestan, a territory which is located in the far west of China, and it's the size of Iran. It's a strategic, a resource-rich region. Uyghurs started to embrace Islam in 934, the 10th century, and very quickly hundreds of Muslim scholars emerged from amongst them. Thousands of books were written by them, and in particular they excelled in sciences. And they continued to flourish under the Islamic Khilafah until 1876, when the Uyghurs were invaded by the Manchus Chinese and then the Han Chinese, and the region was finally occupied under the ruthless iron fist of communist China and renamed Xinjiang, meaning the new frontier, in 1884. Despite the repression, a century under communism, the brave Uyghur Muslims held on to their Islam, their identity, and refused to assimilate into the Chinese culture. As a result, the persecution and torture of the Uyghurs continued and escalated. The communist Chinese authorities prohibited the Uyghurs from growing a beard, fasting in Ramadan, sisters' covering was banned, traditional dresses banned, subject to public executions, and this repression reached its pinnacle in recent years. 2015, gigantic concentration camps emerged, reminiscing Nazi Germany. More than 1 million of Uyghur Muslims found themselves locked up, separated from their families. Accounts from survivors tell horrific tales of beatings, of torture and killings. International media reports of thousands forced into physical labor, forced organ harvesting of the Uyghurs, meaning body parts, kidneys, livers are taken from live and dead bodies of Uyghurs, and to further humiliate them into submission, they are then force-fed pork every Friday. These are your Uyghur Muslim brothers and sisters. Whilst there has been some condemnation and attention by international organizations, Muslim rulers and nations watch silently. Pakistan, a traditional ally of China, its Prime Minister Imran Khan conveniently turns a blind eye to the oppression of the Uyghurs, prioritizing economic and trade interests instead. Brothers and sisters, don't we have a responsibility to be the voice of conscience, to rally the cause of the oppressed, to highlight the oppression, to call for a real, sincere Muslim leadership which would genuinely be interested and concerned for its people, for the interests of its people and for its lands. Brothers and sisters, what cause do we stand for? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes the likes of the Uyghurs in the Quran, وَمَا نَقَمُوا مِنْهُمْ إِلَّا أَن يُؤْمِنُوا بِاللَّهِ الْعَزِيزِ الْحَمِيدِ, and they persecuted their believers only because they believed in Allah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us a people of conscience, a people who represent a cause, and people who stand up against oppression. Do remember to like this video, forward it onto your family and friends, and subscribe to our social media channels. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.